Welcome to the Village's V-Mail and Continuing the Dream. In this edition, we're going to share with you a very bright future for golf here in the Villages. You'll also learn what you can expect to enjoy in the coming year, as well as what Kenny Ezell and his design team have on the drawing board for our future. One of the many wonderful attributes the land has afforded us is a wide open canvas and the ability to design a lot more of what you love. And we know that you love golf. So recently, we were able to jump in Kenny's Jeep and head to where the pavement ends and the future begins for all things golf here in the Villages. Well, the Ezell Recreation Center is a beauty.
It's hard to believe it's been open about 60 days now. Yeah. And we got the Clifton Cove open. That's so cool.
We're heading our way on over to, what are we heading to right now?
We're heading over to Mickey Lee and Jubilee.
Okay, so Jubilee is a putting course.
That's a putting course, 18 hole.
Okay, 18 hole.
And we have an 18 hole pitch and putt.
Pitch and putt is the Mickey Lee.
Here we go.
It's funny, right on the edge of Homestead Recreation that just opened.
Yeah.
And now we're off-roading.
This is the extension of Megason. Megason's probably, I think, about 4 miles long. It's hard to believe. Now, does everybody know how the names occurred there? That probably was something I had to ask Devin, and she said, well, those are 2 types of watermelon. And I said, is that right? And I said, well, you know, we used to have old Paul McDowell, he'd grow some watermelon out here from time to time.
That's right. Watermelon and citrus and cattle are the 3 biggies for our area. So Kenny, tell us a little bit more about this style of golf. This is kind of new to the Villages to have our putting courses, 18-hole putting courses anyway, and a pitch and putt. What inspired you to bring those here?
We came up with the idea of the pitch and putt. We'd seen a few of them up in the New England area, and they're very, very popular in England. And the short game is such an important part of golf. And the pitch and putts are designed to be from 45 to 110 yards in length, which means it's really focusing on your wedge play and putting, which are the keys to scoring in golf. And they fit really perfect. It's kind of like what happened at Finney and the Finney putting course. It was a little diamond shape in amongst the home sites, and we said, man, that would be a wonderful place, you know, to have a little putting course. And we knew that there needed to be another lawn bowling that had been asked for, and so that ended up being a perfect area for that. And so it just kind of evolved. And then the nice thing about it is, you know, the residents, if they're not into golf when they first come here, you know, they can start off putting, just like we saw at the Clifton Cove just a minute ago. They're getting to meet their neighbors, getting a little exercise. Today's beautiful, sunshine everywhere. And those people learn how to putt a little bit, get a little, you know, bug in their apron and go off and start playing the pitch and putts. Next thing you know, they're graduating over to an executive golf course, which are longer par 3s, a couple of par 4s typically in each one of them. And they learn the golf, and then they go up and start playing the championship courses. So we've allowed ourselves to start putting in friendly tees, which are in front of what we would call the forward tees. So they're really kind of midway to where maybe some people would be hitting their drives. And so that gives the people that want to graduate from the executive courses a chance to go off and experience a full-length championship course.
Nice progression.
It's great progression, yeah.
And the pitch and putt and the putting courses don't take long to play. It seems very social when you're out on those courses, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I think they fit perfectly into the lifestyle element that we're trying to introduce really more and more throughout the Villages. They're out walking, you know, they're carrying something typically, so I mean there's some motor skills that are involved in all of that, and they just kind of hustle around and enjoy it, and you know, it doesn't take as much time, so they can go off and do other activities either before or after they come out.
So you have the socialization. You could do 18-hole putting course and then come play some pickleball in the afternoon after lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we hope they come enjoy Sawgrass Market and McGrady's, and
That's coming right along.
it is.
Yeah. I understand we might expect McGrady's this spring.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
understand.
And then the market, I'm sure, will follow shortly thereafter. A little more interior work to do there with the multiple vendors that will be offering in there.
We have weathered the storm remarkably well with what the supply issues are that throughout the country. It's amazing, but we have been affected a little bit, even in the Gulf. I mean, we have a tough time getting some of our PVC pipe and some of our drainage pipes and fittings and for our irrigation. So it's delays a little bit, but we've been able to manage through it pretty well.
Weathered it pretty darn well, yeah.
It's gonna be a wild ride.
It's showing us bouncing. We're really off-road now. Woohoo! So how long have you been designing courses for us?
Oh, we're in our 33rd year now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and with the opening of Southern Oaks, that totaled how many holes of golf that we have right here?
We have 711 holes of golf open. Pretty amazing. Well, we're making kind of the turn into what really is Megasin. We veered off of Megasin a little bit, and now we're heading back to the north. But we're over here digging our first pond, and as we kind of head to the east, the Franklin Recreation Center is down below, and attached to the Franklin Recreation Center is the Jubilee putting course.
And I understand from Devon and Design that the Franklin Recreation area is going to be modeled after kind of a tribute to watermelon in the area too.
Right.
So you've got your courses and the recreation center itself.
And Franklin's a little different because it's got 2 postal recs in it, so it's a little bit of a hybrid. It's going to be a little bit bigger. The pool's going to be a little bit different, and the amenities that are there are going to complement both of the neighborhood recs. Plus you have the putting course and the pitch and putt, and a chipping area with the putting green. So there's a lot to be done in this particular little area that we have.
Well, I have to say, Kenny, driving around and looking at this area and what it looks like today, to the layman like myself, I can't imagine how much it takes to, between now and the time where we'll be enjoying the 2 courses and the Franklin Recreation area.
And we're going to be on a mission to get this one open in 2022, all of it. So we're a little bit ahead on the Richmond pitch and putt, and then this one's going to follow up immediately thereafter. The design's done, the irrigation design is almost complete, and we got all the materials coming to make it happen.
So we'll be hoping that we're going to start growing in this summer then.
The summer, it'll be a little bit later in the summer. Richmond will be way ahead of it as far as the grassing, and then those crews will come over here. So we'll probably be sometime in July, 1st of August grassing, and it'll open up sometime probably late October, 1st of
November.
November.
Well, that's exciting. And I'd
Yeah.
have to say, based on the popularity over there at the Clifton Cove putting course,
Right.
it'll be well received.
This will be well received. A little bit different. They're all a little different, all the putting courses. You know, this one's a little bit more linear than really the Clifton Cove. It's probably going to be a little bit more feel like Finney. And of course, you know, we're doing the one up at the First Responders up in Marion County, and they had a generous amount of land that we were able to take and utilize up there. So it's got a little bit of a broader feel, similar to Clifton Cove, but even a little bit bigger. And it's going to be a hugely successful recreation center for our village folks up in that neck of the woods.
Yeah. Tell me, do you know the timing of First Responder as well? Is it 18 holes?
Well, the 18-hole putting course, and then we've got a We've got a little sports field that's there. It's kind of a multi-use field that's right next to it. We have a lawn bowling, which also will serve for croquet. And then they've got a beautiful pool, and they're renovating the building that's there, and then it's going to have all the other amenities, plus a very nice walking track really right around all of the facility. I think everybody's going to love it.
So when do you think we'll be playing those 18 holes up near the first responder?
I would say this summer, it'll be ready to go.
Wow, that's great. I know that the community, the district is beginning to take donations for the facility itself, hence the name First Responders. It'll honor all of them. And our residents are contributing some really, really neat artifacts to be a part of it. I think that really kind of shares quite a bit about what's happening in the not too distant future. We've got Richmond,
Yes.
pitch and putt. Jubilee is a putting course.
That's the putting course, 18 hole,
Okay, 18 hole.
and we have an 18 hole pitch and putt.
Pitch and putt is the Mickey Lee. We've got an 18 hole putting course that's affiliated with the First Responders
Correct.
up north. And we're going to expect to enjoy all of these in 2022,
That
right?
is right.
That's great.
Absolutely.
And we're getting up there. We do get to see the whole Ponderosa from here. Wow. Oh my goodness. This is a view from up here. Well, this is quite a view.
Well, it is. You can see for miles and miles from here.
So remind me, what did we just see? What are you putting
down
in here?
below, down below is the Mickey Lee golf course is over to the right with the Franklin Recreation Center. And down below will be some of our housing components. They're there, and we have Megason taking and making this loop all the way back, and it's quite a view from up here. Then if you turn around, that's part of our future.
You're saying that is our future right here.
This is our future. What most people don't realize, we're already the largest golf community in the world.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
we recently had the opportunity to meet a couple, and they had just completed playing all 711 holes. They finished it off with the Southern Oaks course, and I guess that's a new challenge for them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's a lot of golf.
It's a lot of golf.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so now let's head up over the turnpike.
Yeah.
This is the small bridge called the Bailey Bridge. That's kind of a cattle bridge that runs across,
Yep.
but it's adjacent to and running parallel with our new Southern Oaks Bridge that's under construction. So on one side, the Southern Oaks Bridge, will have, of course, your new course that everybody's already enjoying, the 18 holes Southern Oaks Championship course. And now, as we make our way south,
Right.
what'll be happening right here as we come over the bridge?
Well, probably the first course that we're going to do, Laurel Oak Executive Course to our right, and it goes all the way back to the first hole place on the opposite side of those trees, way in the distant. And then on the other side of that is an 18-hole pitch and putt called Live Oak.
Okay.
And we have a beautiful little recreation center that's just, it all ties in together. And then when we go to the south of Bailey Trail, the front nine of the Woodlands course comes up and plays almost directly to the tip of it. The Woodlands has got some old, tremendously beautiful old growth oak trees. And we've positioned the clubhouse to be able to start right out on number 1 and number 10. It's 18-hole championship also. And you'll get the feel for it going right off the first tee. And then the 3rd through the 9th holes go through some different ground features, I guess I should call them, and with some huge old oaks, and almost like a grotto effect where they are. And we've been able to preserve those. In fact, we moved a few holes around to hopefully be able to put a little park in for the residents to be able to enjoy. It's a little bit different than anything we've done. And we're all excited about that one too, because it really has got a lot of different character to it.
But that's not all that you have going on. Can you tell us what's happening? What will follow that? You and your team are very busy.
Next golf course is called Shallow Creek, which is going to be on the southern end of the property as we kind of think of it today. And it's near the Middleton.
The Central Parkway area, okay.
Right.
Eastport, Middleton area, okay.
That's correct. Now that 18-hole golf course is a little bit different. It's got a little bit more wetland type featuring to it. And we've got some elevation change that we're going to take and put in. But the golf course has got a neat little routing plan, and I'm looking forward to getting it going.
Well, good.
And then over on this side, we have 27 holes, and there'll be a beautiful little unit that's going to be along McNeil Boulevard that'll be abutting the golf course through there. And in amongst those trees here and all the way over there is where the starting holes and finishing holes are. And this golf course runs all the way back to Central Parkway.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah.
So when we hop back on this side of Central Parkway,
yep.
You said you had Meadowview and the Woodlands, right?
Right.
Now, we mentioned it just a moment ago about the town of Eastport.
Right.
And that's our area where we are bringing everything you can think of that means the lifestyle you live in the villages together in one spot. Kind of like combining a town square and a regional recreation complex, as well as some golfing elements, right?
Yeah.
And a huge body of water.
And a huge body of water.
Okay, so speak to the golf that we can expect in and around
Eastport.
Well,
it's a 9-hole executive course, and strategically we have worked in around some of the most magnificent trees that we have. Woodlands is great, but the cows and the way that the farmers and the cattle ranchers did, they allowed this just to stay in a very, very natural state. And so these are old growth with enough nice canopy to them, so we're trying to save and meander the golf in and around those, and it should be very nice as far as the overall view and the beauty of it. And it's another kind of like a walk in the park type golf course. And then next to it, we're building a very nice driving range complex that is going to have a nice area up top where you can get your golf clubs fitted to you. And down on the other south side, we've got an academy going in. So you can take and get all your lessons and things like that, and actually tweak whatever you want to down there.
Are you able to recap all that for me? Because I don't have it, I can't do it.
Okay. All right, well we are working right now on Richmond, which is up off Megason, so very close to Brownwood. And that's a 18-hole pitch and putt. It's going to be a nice little walk in the park too. It's got some beautiful areas there. It's right next to Water Lily Bridge. So, and Okahumpka, the rec center.
Beautiful facility coming up now. Yes.
That's just gorgeous. And then we've finished up Southern Oaks, and as we move down, we have Mickey Lee, the pitch and putt there. And then right next to it is the Jubilee putting course. And so when we complete those, we've also got the first responders putting course and all the other rec site amenities that they're putting in up in Marion County, District 4. So that's going to be completed in 2022. We're going to cross the bridge, and we're just going to start working our way as quickly as we can to build all of these golf courses. And it's really something. Yeah.
Well, thank you and congratulations. I know we have thousands of very appreciative residents here in the villages that enjoy your work. Great future. Appreciate you.
Ditto.
Well, that was certainly a lot to take in. There is so much golf coming to the villages in the near future and beyond. But that's not all. There is so much more to come as we continue the dream.
The Villages.